How are
That
you?
me? Oh, I am great.
I can't
Hold
see
on.
you. Oh,
Oh,
here
there
you
we
are.
go.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
I am great. How you doing?
Oh, it's well.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm over
good.
here losing my voice. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me grab some water.
Okay, good. I'm like, you the hardest person to contact, like the Pope. I'm like, what in the world? So we got to catch up.
Yes, I know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or
Mm-hmm.
ooh, I'm used to Skype, so I don't know. I don't
Okay, well, first, introduce yourself and tell the people how we met, and then we'll go
know.
into congratulating you on your newest accomplishments.
Thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Sarah Ngongi.
Mm-hmm.
You said it tells them about
Yes.
we met.
Mm-hmm.
So we met in New York now. Yeah,
Yes.
2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, I believe it was. The first
Yes.
time we did it was
Yes. Mm-hmm.
2018, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Spring, fall. Was it considered spring?
August, I believe. August was our
Yeah,
first.
but was that considered like the? I think it was
That was that was the fall.
fall. Fall.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then
Fall
we
fashion week.
did. Yeah, we did this year in February,
Yes. Yes.
which
So.
was absolutely beautiful. And so, I started the conversation with my cuties just to catch up, to stay in tune, and to just promote togetherness during this
Mhm.
time. So,
Yeah.
since I last saw you in February, what have you been up to?
The one I graduated with my bachelor's degree in New York City, and I'm currently right now working towards my master's.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've been just working,
Right.
praying, and just also like trying to kind of rebrand myself to a certain extent, per se.
Okay. Well,
Um,
what major did you graduate in?
oh, I graduated in health science.
Okay,
Yeah,
health
health
science.
science,
And what
nursing track, and
yeah,
now
what
I'm
make sorry about that. What makes you interested in health science? How did you begin
I
to
definitely like working like within the community. I love helping others, but not necessarily on that. My specific focus is becoming a neonatal nurse. That's my overall goal.
Okay.
Because I just love working with infants, children, um, and that's something that I admire doing. I don't know. I
Okay.
just love caring for. Well, I love caring for everyone, but I don't
Right.
know. I have like a not an attachment, but a strong love, a strong feeling for children. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely for sure.
You're gonna gear towards helping children once you finish your masters.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Overall, especially also focusing on our communities, the importance of like health, taking care of yourself, knowing how to better your life.
Mm-hmm.
Also being knowledgeable as to, like what you're eating, what you're consuming, how you're using your time, your energy, what is everything consists of, and how to balance that out throughout your day. Also,
Okay.
like updating them on like the current health issues that might be going on that they might
Right.
not be informed about because sometimes we're not always like doing research or reading on things that might be going on in the world. So it's like,
Right.
how can I, make myself effective in this community, in my own community, as well as
Right.
in other communities as well.
Okay, that sounds beautiful, very honorable. I think I do that kind of in a form of business.
Yeah,
Just really getting out there and inspiring, and we all don't have we all don't have all the answers, but if we come
right.
together, to help each other, it'll be way better. So I love
Yeah.
that. And what school did you graduate from?
So I graduated from Long Island University, and I'm
Okay.
currently doing MPH at NYU. So it's
Okay.
hand in hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So.
good. I wanted to go to NYU. But it was just so expensive. And I was just, I graduated in 2001 with my bachelor's in business management. And I tried to go to grad school online at the University of Phoenix. I was like, okay, no, I can't do that. I'm too busy. Let
Yeah.
me sit in the classroom. I'm like, nope, can't do that. So I'm like a couple of classes away from my master's, which I should
Okay,
get, but
nice. Yes, keep on
I
going.
really need to get my stuff together and get that finished because that would be a huge accomplishment, for me.
Definitely, I would say set goals for yourself, goals working towards you
Yeah.
getting your master's and completing it, whether it's maybe doing research, finding what best suits you, classes that you should probably consider taking before you enter. That
Okay.
way it can reduce your years of like finishing, and that
Okay.
way it can push you forward.
Okay.
Um, and definitely like take into consideration like what you're able to um, take on, because you
Right.
don't want to put too much on yourself at one time. The point where you
Right.
feel like you're trying to balance out the entire world and you
Right.
feel like you can't achieve a goal because you have so much to
Right.
balance.
Other, it's
Yeah,
all cluttered and
right,
congested. And
right.
when you know where to start, it kind of hinders you from starting at all.
Agreed.
So tell me about your rebranding. Tell me about your brand and tell me how you see yourself in this upcoming year.
Well, right now I have like a fashion consulting, like styling, page
Mm-hmm.
called Ngongi Styles, and it's
Right.
mainly geared around just making everyone feel comfortable in what they wear
Right.
and being bold, definitely being
Okay.
bold and showing out, not necessarily to be seen,
Right.
but letting their outfits be the statement.
Right. Okay.
So, definitely with Ngongi Styles and balancing out my own personal Instagram, it
Right.
has been a work within itself because I feel like people will support the person before they support the brand.
Absolutely.
So understanding that even as you're, investing time into your brand,
Right.
don't stop promoting yourself. Like, don't stop putting yourself out there. You
Right.
know, there will be that one moment where just everything just picks up, but be patient with yourself in the process. Like,
Yeah.
even if you're in the pit, you're going to get to the palace. But in
Yeah.
order to get to the palace, you have to go through the pit.
Yeah,
So,
it's a huge story that's involved in success,
yeah.
most of us do not show the journey. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in business 12 years, and I've had so many highs and so many lows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm still young, and you don't truly get rich until you in your 50s and try, accumulate. It's a accumulation of all your experiences, all your failures, and
Mhm.
just seeing your path more clearly, because that comes with experience.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that. Also being self-motivated,
Hmm.
and staying true to yourself, because
For
the
sure.
markets are going to always be ever changing.
Yeah.
And notice with your page, you capture just true beauty, and you capture the true beauty of yourself, the true essence of yourself, and the theme that you're going with in that particular picture.
Yeah.
So, although it looks effortless, it looks well thought out. It looks really well put together, really clean. So, I see the vision you're going for, more upscale, more luxury, but still,
Subtle. Yeah.
keeping your roots. So, I
Mhm.
really, really love your page. I have to now look at your new page, because I didn't even know that that page
Definitely.
existed.
It's a
Um,
work in progress. So,
of course, it's forever going to be a work in progress.
yeah.
So promoting conversations with my cuties was really, really cultivated because we've been in captivity
Yeah.
for about, I'm gonna say, roughly 70 days. Which has never I've never experienced in my years of living.
Yeah.
So I want to know how you've been coping with being in captivity, and how has that been affecting, has that affected you academically in a positive way or a negative way?
Um, this quarantine per se is a bit, interesting because it's like,
Baby girl.
honey, listen, okay, listen. Woo, Lord, just take the lead. But
Yes.
honestly, in the beginning, it was difficult for me transitioning from having class in
Okay.
person to online classes, mainly
Yeah.
because I'm more so like a hands-on person. I love
Right.
learning. having time to meet with my professors, having
Right.
conversations that revolve
Right.
with classwork or outside of classwork. And
Right.
now it's extremely difficult because like my professor, most of my professors had kids, so it's like they have to make time
Mm,
for their children, they have to make time for themselves and the students, and then it's not only my class that teaching, they're teaching also
right.
the classes.
Right.
So it's
It's a
like
full
right, it's so
schedule. Yeah.
it's taking up their entire day. And it's like when I send them emails, then they are bombarded with a bunch of other emails. Like,
Right.
are you seeing my email? Are you responding? Am I doing
Right.
this correctly? Like, I need your assistance. And
Right.
they feel overwhelmed. And then it's like the student feels overwhelmed because we're just trying to hold on. Like, we
Yes.
all just want to pass. We all just want to, succeed and excel and be the best that we can. And the fact
Yeah.
that, this pandemic happened, I'm grateful that it happened because it's definitely strengthened my relationships with those around me.
Yeah.
You build strong relationships and you lose some friends along the way.
Exactly.
It's
Just
not
like,
easy.
no, it's not. I mean,
Mhm.
I live alone and I work from home. You
Yeah,
know, I do before in March, January, February, March, I spent a lot of time at my clients' offices and at their homes. So it was like a total, even though I spend a lot of
yeah,
time at home, I'm
yeah.
able, I do a lot out. So it was a huge kind of halt in my
Mm,
contracts, in my activities, in my movement.
yeah.
So I took a lot of this time to, love myself, rebrand
Right.
myself, do my
Yeah.
website, get in contact with people. I actually got a new contract during this quarantine, which I
Nice.
thought never would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I feel that it was a blessing because we
Mhm.
don't realize how rugged we treat ourselves.
Right.
We don't realize, even with the New York now being in February and that being 14, 16 hours, and you still running a school and you still running a
Long
tutoring, you still,
ago.
yeah, you still
Right.
doing it. So if we didn't take these 70 days, we would be so exhausted. So
Mm,
I really value this time, even though the money has kind of boom, it
yeah.
has pushed me through success in another way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so what was your GPA when you graduated? And um how did you know was you already planning grad school before you finished undergrad?
Yes. So my
Okay.
GPA when I graduated was a 3.6. Um,
Perfect.
I planned on attending grad school. I actually graduated earlier. I graduated in
You got it
December.
in December. Okay.
Yes, but I
Okay.
started taking my grad school classes this past semester. That makes sense.
Oh,
So
got
yeah,
it. Yes, you
yeah,
graduated December, January through to date. You were doing your grad classes, but your
yeah,
ceremony was in May. So
yeah.
when I graduated in '01, that happened to me. I left for school in '96, right, in
Hmm.
North Carolina. My sister got sick in 1997, so I came back.
Okay.
I took 6 months off to take care of her. Then I was like, okay, back to school I go. Went
Hmm.
back to school the second semester in 2018. So I didn't graduate till December 2000. So I had to
Yeah.
wait till May. So I totally understand, which was great because it gave me 6 months to really build my first brand as an organizational consultant, which
Right.
that's a other lifetime.
Right.
But I love taking time off so I'm not burned out and shit like that. So even though you think your life is gonna be one certain way, it never ends up that way. But it
Yeah.
always works out perfectly. So it's such a blessing that we can adapt.
Yeah. I
Us being
agree.
strong Black women.
I agree, especially in times like this. I don't know. I just feel like this quarantine has definitely built strengthened my relationship with God,
Right.
strengthened my relationship with my sister, strengthened my relationship with my parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just with myself, like self-love. And there
Right.
were moments where like I had to be broken down by
Yeah,
God just to be
of
built
course.
back up, stronger, 10 times stronger. So I'm forever grateful for this opportunity being able to communicate with you because we're always on the go. Like we
Yeah.
don't even realize that we're like walking boats, okay?
Oh
Sometimes.
God.
And it's
I
like
don't like that.
and then so now when we're in this quarantine, everyone's just like, I'm not used to this, I'm not comfortable, like
Yeah.
And you have to get in tune with yourself and figure out why have you been avoiding what you've been avoiding? Why have you been
Right.
running away from the deeper issues
Right.
that have been living within you?
Right.
And
Right.
why are you
Right.
carrying on generational issues that you could have stopped? That this is the time,
Right.
to break that
Right.
and
Right.
stay
It's
strong, not only spiritually but mentally, physically, emotionally. You can still do
right.
that. You can still
Right.
take care of your body, exercise, eat better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know.
It,
I do
I
know.
don't
I
know.
do know.
Hey.
I know. I totally. I want to know about your journey with God. I need an example of that, but I'm so in tune with myself right now.
Mm,
Um, I would have never started working out. I think I've been working out for the past 40 days or 40 plus days every morning with my best friend. We do it virtually.
nice. Yeah.
I would have never stopped drinking Sprite, right? I would have never stopped
Wow.
drinking Sprite. My birthday was in May 18th, and I said, let me do something small for myself. Let me stop drinking Sprite for 18 days, right? Because I
Wow.
drink it every day, right? Um, it is so deep, just the silence and just everything. And it's with the family. Me and my sister started something that we've been talking about for months,
Wow.
called the Appetizer Sisters. We all have different appetites. We all have different tastes. So I'm a
Yeah.
carnivore, one is a vegan, and one is a pescatarian. So
Wow.
just getting on the phone with them, conversing with them, you know, it's so much deeper than the world right now. So I totally agree with you. And we would have never taken the time out. Like, I've been on the
Yeah.
outs with my mom for over 2 years because it's not hard for me to forgive,
Mm,
but I can't continuously to be hurt, right?
mm-hmm.
So I told myself that I would take a step back, and I haven't talked to her for 2 years or 2 years or more, right, Sarah? So
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day, I said, okay, let me put my heart to the side because maybe she's gonna need me right now, right? So I call, no answer. Um, then she called me like 1 o'clock in the morning twice, like crying, like, oh my God, you saved my soul. I love you. I needed you. But I was up, but I couldn't bring myself to talk at that time.
Crazy, right?
So the next day, I called around 5 after I smoked a little jizzy and I got my coffee and, got my shit right. And it was a great conversation. And I was celebrating my birthday this weekend, and she got hit by a car. Literally, I'm thinking in my mind, like, no fucking way. What if I wasn't there? What if she needed me? She's probably needed me, but I wasn't there. But this time I was there. So just getting over my selfishness and
Yeah.
forgiving and trying to open it up was a blessing for her. I
Yeah.
and I'm seeing it right now, also a blessing for me. So it's it's so much deeper. You got to really dig deep in all of these things. Even with my slogan, when I started in '07, people didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's literally so much more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but now, excuse me, I'm sorry, but
It's okay, Queen. It's okay.
back
It's okay.
to,
It's okay.
you hold so much in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the time to let it out. So
Okay.
I totally agree with that.
It's like a time where you're just so broken and you look so good on the outside, yet you're hurting on the inside, and no one can see it.
Right, right. Yep.
You
Yeah.
don't know how what other people are going through if they may have experienced it because you didn't allow your heart to open up.
Right. Exactly.
So you get
Exactly.
to a place of feeling like you have to be by yourself, isolated, and it's to the point where you can fall into depression because it's
Right.
so intense that you don't even know you literally can't go anywhere because everything is closed. So how do you
Exactly.
stop feeling
Yep.
with yourself?
Yep. Yep.
And what do you do in that moment?
Right. Right. What do you do in that moment? You you break it. You break yourself, like you said, and you break the the stigma of
Mm,
just of societies or what you think you want to do. You like we so strong because we are able to push through and
yeah,
talk to ourselves and reassure ourselves. And I think that's the key in to be successful, because personal happiness comes from the effort you put into your life. You
mm,
know, whether that's personal, professional. Professionally, it feeds me. So that's what brings me most happiness. And throughout that lifetime, if you're dormant in your feelings and your creations and in yourself, that happiness can be broken down and it can be nothing. And that's the opposite of how I want to operate. That's how I always knew I didn't want to be in corporate America. I don't want
mm,
to be a fucking zombie. I don't want to be somebody just on the train, you know, just there. I want to be able to
yeah,
feel you and laugh with you. And even if something affects me,
yeah.
to know the difference and to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So we as women are just so wondrous. So how have you been dealing with yourself lately? How have you been loving yourself and understanding yourself better?
Um, Definitely working out.
Yeah.
I told you I've been extremely, dedicated to my walk with God, and there are
How
a
do
lot
you
of things,
do you how do you practice that? What does that mean? Because me as a Christian, I have faith, but I don't feel that I'm actively practicing anything but being a good person and being a good woman, right?
Mhm.
So
I feel
how are you practicing? How are you what are you doing?
I feel like with every individual, their journey is different.
Right.
Me per se, like when I come before God in His presence, I usually go to like a room where I'm just silent. Everything is just only me in there. My Bible, of course, but
Right.
I just kind of like tune out the world, tune out everything that's going on, and I just close my eyes, relax, and I just breathe.
Okay.
And then I'll either play gospel music and just
Right.
call on God to just come in and
Yeah.
just welcome Him and allow Him to move and just do what
Okay.
He does.
Okay.
Um, Also, usually even before that, like no, after that, I will
Mhm.
like read, ask for a word, read His Bible, ask for Him to speak to me. Usually, I will open it. I'll be like, okay, like,
Right. You
oh,
open it to it's
you
like
talking
oh
to
for
me.
me.
That was for me. I need to,
Yes. I
open up
need
my eyes and
it.
ears to receive these. I don't know, honey. I'm just, I have to
Yes.
become a better woman. You know,
Right.
but and just allowing him to move. I don't know. Everyone is different. I don't know. I can't really explain it,
Right.
but even with your growth and your walk with God, just
Mhm.
be patient in the process with yourself
Right.
because there'll be moments where you slip up. There'll be
Right.
moments where you fall short,
Right.
and
Right.
that those are not the moments where you just give up on yourself or you give up
Right.
on your relationship with Him because of either your circumstances, what you see,
Right.
or what you did. But
Okay.
allowing yourself to humbly come before Him
Right.
and express to Him what you did, the wrongdoing. You know,
Right.
just having that open conversation that He won't judge you.
Right. Right.
He's here to listen to you. He's here to love on you. And He's here to transform you. Will you
Right.
allow Him to let Him take His course
Let
and do
him
what He has
in.
to do in you?
Right. Right. I usually ask him to keep me sane, you
Mm,
know, and to keep me like solid within my path and myself and things like that. But then I think, am I being so centered? I know
mm,
it's about me, you know what I'm saying? And I know that I need the strength, but should I be saying something different?
yeah.
Should I be doing something different? And I think, during this, and even for my birthday, like before my birthday, I've been wanting to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge and I haven't.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm thinking to myself, why? Even with this, I'm like, I've been wanting to go back to church, but I haven't. Thinking to myself, why? What is preventing me from stepping in to that next realm, you know?
Right.
Maybe I want to get into a choir. Why haven't I? You know, why am I so scared? You know what I'm saying? So all of these personal questions have been coming up. So this is definitely the time to really start doing something about it. So fuck, thank you, thank you. I was gonna curse, and it came out. It was out so naturally.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate your point of view on
And I
that
think also
because
talking to him and just, yeah, we're always ready to come to him and ask him to do all these big
right,
things. But it's like,
right,
when will you offer yourself to him? Let him use you.
right,
When will you
right,
say, I'm your faithful servant? Do as
right.
you please with me. I am all of yours, God. I belong to you. How can I
Okay,
be obedient to you? How can I
to
serve
you,
you?
to
How
you.
can I
Okay,
walk with you? How can I
right.
show who you are in me? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So just
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hold myself accountable,
yeah,
you know, to that, which is also what I wanted to do the conversations because, you know, every conversation I learned from
right,
one of you ladies. You know, when we first met, I'm just like, wow, you know, and it's not because of the way you look or anything. It's like your
right,
inside. You was like so sure and just so, you know, you stood so tall. You know, you know, you can be it, but some people can be there, but they're not it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see the it in you. You know what I'm saying? Which I absolutely love. So I appreciate I appreciate your time, and I appreciate um you know who you are and your point of view. I definitely I want you to help me tap more into my femininity.
mm,
Like I'm very feminine. I'm a woman, but I think me being so business minded, right? It's
mm-hmm.
hard for me to, you know, it's hard for me to push it out there because I'm so worried about logistics. Who's here? Who's there? Doing this, doing that. How do I, you know, bring it into myself more and put it out more into what I'm putting out there, whether that be my new brochures, you
Mm-hmm.
know, with my perfumes, you know, all of these things. So I'm constantly thinking about more and
Yeah.
greater and feminine and womanness and how and what are we
Please, and
doing?
just, yes.
Ha, ha.
For one thing, I definitely feel like understanding who you are and
Yeah,
accepting who you are,
yeah,
and not being worried, not thinking about what other people may think about you, how they perceive you to be. You
right,
know, not wearing societal views and societal statements. I have to change that statement.
right.
You're not allowing society to define who you are,
Yeah, yeah.
because I feel like when it comes to us women, especially, we want society to tell us basically who we are. And it's
Yeah, we
like,
want them to accept who we want them to accept who what we put out there,
right,
or we want to mold ourselves into something we see.
yeah.
But that is not the case at all.
But it also comes with self love.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Self
sure,
love,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. You've got
Being being confident in who you are and
right,
understanding who you are as a woman, as a human, as an individual, as a
right,
spiritual being as well.
right, right. Yeah,
Because you can always have this mindset, oh, I have to look at, I have to make it perfect, I have to do this, time third. And you'll wear
yeah,
that on you. You literally look like you're wearing your thoughts on you.
yeah. Perfection, like
Right,
you
right,
know, like enough. Get and you know that's a very valid point. With the conversations, I also wanted to let down my guard, you
right.
know, and not look so perfect and not be so you know, and all of these things that we think about constantly, not even think about constantly, but we know it's true. When
Yeah,
people look at you, they're
right.
looking at you to see how cute you are, to see how articulate you are, to see what they can learn from you and how they you can benefit them. So although we know that, remaining true and remaining solid within yourself and
Hmm.
also elevating yourself is the
Right,
key. So this
right.
is where we are right now. This is where
No,
each woman is at right now.
right. Know that every level is a new level. You
Yeah.
have to push yourself to achieve more, to achieve greater. Because at the end of the day, if you achieve all your goals, what else do you have to work for? If everything's
Yeah.
given to you right now, what
Yeah.
would you do?
Yeah, what would you do? Would you become an alcoholic? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or help, or would you cure homelessness? You know, all of those
Right.
things. We
And what are
all,
your intentions? I
right.
think
What
that's
is your
really,
intention?
are your intentions pure? Are they malice? Like, what is the whole point of you doing what you're doing? What is the whole? What are you trying to get across? Like, are you
Right,
trying to change and transform lives and empower our women, or are you trying to break us down and just be seen for
right,
temporary satisfaction?
right. Absolutely, 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 absolutely. I was recording myself the other night because I want to come up with some more intense marketing pieces. And I was just saying, I just want to make my message clear because
Mm,
sometimes a picture does not say 1,000 words. Sometimes
right.
it can't. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to my in my phone and saying what my intentions were as a businesswoman and as a human woman,
Mhm.
and I listened to it last night before I went to sleep and I was like,
Right.
yeah, I need to be able to transfer that out into the world, but in a
Mm,
beautiful way.
mhm.
So
And I think also walking with purpose and speaking light into your dreams,
yeah, yeah,
telling yourself that you're more than capable, even if people have doubted you, even if people
right,
have said the complete opposite. Telling
right,
yourself, I'm destined for this. I'm here to transform. I'm doing things for the right reason.
right, 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 right.
And let everything come naturally to you. You'll automatically attract it. But
Yeah,
if you have negative mindset and you're always thinking, no, 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 this can't happen. I'm doubtful. I'm
yeah,
confused.
right.
Then that's the kind of outcome that you'll produce.
Yeah, yeah,
Chaos,
yep. That's
uncertainty,
the law of attraction.
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I've always, I positivity just comes naturally
Mm,
to
yeah,
most people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I believe anything is possible just coming from such humble beginnings. I know that I'm going to reach the stars and I'm not
right.
arrogant or anything like that, but I got to have that attitude in order to,
Right.
yeah, to fake it till you
Get to it,
motherfucking make it. Okay.
right.
Um, no, I even me picture myself a lot during this time redoing my resume, my
Mm,
accessory stuff, just everything that I've humanly possibly did since 2007 and
right.
presenting myself to new people. It's been such a blessing to know that I have not just screenshotted something and saved it and kept it the whole year, that I'm actually having the time to screenshot it, formulate a description of how I want to work with the person,
Mm,
push it out to them, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Help them understand who I am. So
right,
it's been really great. It's been really great to have this personal time and professional time.
right.
Oh God, it's been such a blessing. I mean, there you cannot complain about being tired ever again after this.
Right. You better get it together. Because at this point, and
People.
people who say that 2020 still can't be great. I've been seeing a lot of people say, oh, 2020 is canceled, this and better. How are you
No.
using your time? Are you educating yourself? Are
Right.
you reading more? Are you investing in yourself?
Right.
Are you taking
Right.
courses? What are you doing to become a better you?
Right. Right. Yep. This
And
is
how
only the beginning, I think.
example, right? Because we honestly don't know. We can't tell how the next few years are going to go. You don't know what's going to
Exactly.
happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? The
Exactly.
importance of living in the now and just taking it one step at a time and
Time.
trusting yourself that everything's going to work out in your favor
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I agree
and
with
just
that.
living by that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I'm good at that. I mean, nothing is promised,
Right.
nothing at all, and we can see that clear as day right now. I mean, in all actuality, all you have is yourself. Aside from your immediate family and your extended
Mm,
family, right? In the world, it's your job to keep yourself healthy, straight minded,
right.
knowing what you're doing is right, not murdering anybody. It's always so deep. I mean, and I've known that from, I don't know, when I was conscious to know right from wrong, you
Right.
know? And I know I want to do so much more with my career and so much more with my body. And
Right.
that's where I am right now. And I'm going to, continue to push
As you should.
and, yeah, represent people that I believe in.
And you
And
can value for yourself.
Yeah,
Not for
definitely.
anyone else but yourself.
Yeah,
Not to prove a
definitely.
point to anyone but yourself.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely.
And sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that even when we don't see it automatically happening, you just give up.
Yeah,
Don't give up on. I'm telling you, do not give up.
right.
Your
Yep.
breakthrough is coming. Your moment to shine is coming,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't always have to be by flesh.
Right.
Internally,
Yeah, definitely. It don't have to be materialistic or
right,
money. It can be with
right.
self-respect and, you know,
Character,
yeah.
change character, the way that you carry yourself, your
Yeah.
thoughts, your words,
Yeah.
everything helps.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You are so right, Sarah Boo. So right. I could feel it and I could see it. Um, I'm just so here for it. I know love is the answer,
Yeah,
you know? Um, when you think about everything in your life, immediate, extended, circumstantial, everything, just love is the answer.
yeah.
So I just I love you, I love me, I love all the girls. I think I've spoken to everybody that was at New York Now.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
yep, except for Kobe. I
Oh,
think
nice,
Oniqua, I'm gonna speak to him this week. But
nice.
everybody else, Cleone is in England. I spoke to her
Yeah.
yesterday. Yep, she's there for about 4 months, like 4 weeks now because her visa got denied. I spoke to Tito. Tito's in Maryland with his family. I
Nice,
spoke to Jalea. Her parents are in Florida, but she's redoing the house in Queens. I
nice.
spoke to Dorena. You know, she has an online beauty supply store. I spoke to Z.
Send me
Z,
that the link to
I'll
the
send
beauty.
you the link. She just been promoting some short hair wigs, which are absolutely beautiful. I
Nice.
spoke to Z around her birthday. She's
Okay.
great. I mean, everybody.
Kay,
To Christy,
Monte.
huh?
Have you spoken to Kay?
I spoke to Kamate. I spoke to
Wow,
Kamate. She's been working out a lot in Queens. You know,
nice,
she has her business in her house, so she's been doing great. Kay became my client
nice,
in February, so now I'm her business manager, which she's
nice.
great. Her birthday is today, so I'm
I
gonna
know.
do
I said her birthday.
something nice for
Yeah.
her. And Farai I spoke to yesterday. She's doing great.
Nice.
Jonathan, I haven't, but I'm sure he's good because I see him posting. He created a close friends kind of thing, so he's been sending out some stuff. So it's been really, really great. Karen wants to walk over to Brooklyn Bridge, so we're gonna plan to do that in the next couple of weeks. And Glass, I spoke to Glass. Our conversation was great because he's an educator, so
Nice.
that conversation was so great.
Okay.
But it's been so good. So what's your getting back to you? What's your schedule like for grad? And are you like passing with flying colors? And when are you due to complete?
As of right now, I'm currently taking summer classes as well.
Okay.
Um, so I usually have classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Okay.
Evening classes from like 6 to 9,
Oh,
5 to 9,
6 to 9.
6 to 9,
Okay,
depending
yeah,
on how
3 hours.
the
Uh-huh.
semester is. Yeah. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm expected to graduate in May of 2021, so I'm excited.
Oh, that's gonna
Yeah.
be fast. I'm done.
And I can't wait. I need a
And
little break,
we
please.
coming. First of all, we having a real graduation, okay? Um,
Really?
that's gonna be so good. I'm so proud of you, babe.
So, but
That's gonna be so
honestly,
good.
I don't want a party. I just want to spend time with my loved ones, my
Okay.
friends,
Yeah, yeah.
and people within the community. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
really all I wanted to do.
And where do you live? Where are you from?
I'm currently in Connecticut. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. What part?
New Haven.
Bridgeport,
No,
New
I'm
Haven.
from New Haven.
Okay. Okay, New Haven. Okay, perfect. My best friend is from Bridgeport and Stanford.
Nice. So
Yeah.
Bridgeport is about, depending on traffic, probably
Hmm.
a 30-minute drive.
Okay.
Stanford, probably like 50 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not
Not
too bad.
bad.
But
Okay.
Bridgeport and Stanford are not close. I mean, it's not one. It's separated. So
Yeah,
Stanford,
separate.
yeah, it's about maybe like a 30-minute drive in between. Hmm.
Okay, all right. Yeah, she's been my best friend since we met in college, and she now lives in Miami. But I
Nice.
spent a lot of time in Connecticut. Yeah, so that's good.
I
I have
love when I'm
another.
away from the city because I just miss all the trees and
I
just
know.
the city itself. It's a lot going on in the city, okay?
I
Like
know.
sometimes you're just walking by on the sidewalks, you hear the subways, everything's just going like even
Yes,
working, like you feel the train moving underneath you, and it's
that's
like you walk up
right.
Fifth Avenue, and it's just like,
That's
oh my
right. Yeah,
god,
she like
yeah,
shaking. You like, oh
you're like,
no, I no, I lived in North Carolina for many years.
nice,
And I loved it, but I'm a city girl. So where I live in Brooklyn right now, I actually left Harlem in February, came back to Brooklyn, and I just love that we have trees in the back, we have a backyard. It's just
nice,
so quiet, can really, I'm a scenery kind of girl anyway.
mhm,
I
yeah,
just love it. I just love it. I totally understand that. So maybe, when the quarantine lifts, maybe we should go to the beach, get together and just, build and chill and, share our
support,
experiences and things
right,
like that.
right. I agree.
Hmm.
And I feel like especially right now, it's
Hmm.
important to uplift one another,
Yeah. Yeah.
uplift our men, love on the women,
Yes.
especially
Oh,
this time. Is
God. If we touch on the men part, I might literally start crying.
yeah, and that's one of my biggest things. Is like even have conversations with my guy friends, my father. I just love on them even more
Right.
because you just never know what they experience. Sometimes they don't even
Yeah.
talk about it.
I know. They
Like
just come home and just be
right,
silent.
and it's not like they're closed off or like they're angry men. They're just frustrated.
Yeah, it's
Even the
hurtful.
women,
You
you
know,
know.
you know how as women we don't want a man to tell us that or show us that they can overshadow us, right? A man just cannot handle another person, a human being, belittling them to the point of no return, and there's nothing that they can do.
Right,
You can't even freeze up and say, "Oh my God, I'm shocked that I just got punched out," and have an opinion,
right,
and you're getting beat down even more. So
yeah,
me looking at that, okay, you say I would do this and I would do that, but you will be
right,
sad, sad. I even the last maybe 2 Tuesdays ago when the police was showing and Sean King was showing everything about the young cops in Brownsville, pepper spraying, tasing, this and this and that.
yeah,
Literally, I woke up crying and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, it's a natural reaction to freeze up.
yeah,
It's when somebody's hurting you, it's a natural reaction to fight back. It's a natural reaction to say, why are you fucking doing this to me? It's
right,
a so you can't even react without further harm being done to you. And
right,
that's the saddest thing ever. Like, you say, I can't stand in front of my house. They like, no.
right.
What? Well, it's just so disheartening.
Hmm. It's like even in little moments, even unexpected moments, just sending out like "I love you" text. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It
Yep.
doesn't matter if they hurt you, if you're upset, you're not talking.
Right.
Just love on them.
Okay,
Just love on
I'll do that more because I have my uncles,
and we
I
have to
have
learn
some
how to
people, my
do it.
dad. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that we're harboring a lot of feelings and get to the point where now I can't have a relationship with you because I'm upset with how you treated me or what you did. It gets to the point where we're growing up. You know,
Right,
life is taking its course. We
right,
have to learn to lean on one another and love on one another. Even if
yeah,
the other person isn't reciprocating the same energy,
right,
continue to lead with love, continue to forgive, even if you don't believe it until you believe that you've forgiven that person.
right,
But
right.
you don't want to take on that burden of what if I did this differently? And you end up, you know, using
Regretting.
this person, right? And
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Keep on loving. Even if our men, we have to keep on loving you.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Everyone in general, just keep on loving, keep on forgiving. You just
Right.
never know what someone might be going through. you just never know. And
You never know.
hearing these stories, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is it that you're trying to tell us in these moments?
Right, right, right,
Like literally, you're just like another one
right,
again.
right. Every freaking day,
And it's
another
like,
story every other day, and it's
it's like,
getting worse and worse and
right.
worse.
And you don't want to live your life in fear.
Right.
Fear that your loved one could be your man.
Yeah,
Might not
my nephew is what I think about the
right.
most.
Your nephew,
I'm
your
like,
friend,
he's a 22-year-old person.
right,
You know, every time I see a big crowd of boys, I'm like, are you with the big crowd of boys? You know what I'm saying? Don't be
right.
in such of a big crowd. Just, and you should be able to chill with your friends. It don't matter if it's 2 or 20 of you guys. If you're sitting there, we're not doing nothing, so why can't you enjoy yourself? But it's just a perception of society, of the fear, and I don't know. I don't know. Girls have it way more easier than guys, hands down. Okay,
Mm.
we can walk down the street and not feel so threatened when a car drives by, a police car,
It, de-
because
it depends.
I
Because
mean if you're
there are women who have experience, altercations
right, I've
with
seen a
women
lot of that.
with the tops.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
like you just never know.
You never know, it could be you.
Right.
I was thinking, like, what if it were me one day, right? The other day, and
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, what would I do differently? Because it's never going to be an end to my fight. Like, my story will never go out of the news. You know what I'm saying? You guys will never forget about Devore Wooden. Like, if that something like that ever happened to me or my loved ones, oh, the police station going to be Precinct Wooden, because I am not stopping until I get justice. Like, that is just that those things like that are just unforgiving. And I don't give a fuck what race you are.
Yeah.
Everybody knows right from wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody knows right from wrong. You that's it. That's it. And there's not that much love out of your heart where you know that you're not hurting somebody. You know what I'm
And some
saying? You
people don't
can't
even
care
have to
that
say.
much.
Right.
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 Come on.
And
Stop
then
it.
it's like, what about the situations that aren't being recorded? The
Yeah.
poverty, the stops,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
brutality,
Yeah.
the fights
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Oh,
don't make it to social media.
yeah. Thinking about it makes my feet tingle. Like every time I see somebody get hurt, like on a whim or something like that, it makes my
Yeah.
feet tingle. It hurts me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't look. I just rather be. That's why the TV is not on news or anything like that. I use my Fire Stick. It's nothing in the world coming into my realm. And it never has. When I was younger, yeah, when I had to look at other people's TV, but I kind of keep myself in the know, but in the know from people that I know that are into current events and that are
Mm,
looking at the news every day and Cuomo and things like that.
right.
Me personally, I'm not involved in any of that.
Mm, mm.
So
Sometimes I try to stay away from media because I have to protect my peace of mind.
yeah, you
Like,
gotta keep
it's like
your
my sanity, my
yeah,
well-being. It's like when you see all these issues and you hear all these stories, you're like, I'm trying to hold on.
yep,
I'm trying to hold
yep,
on to myself, and it's like everything's going on around you.
right, right,
It's like how
yep,
can you support the community? And it's like, what precautionary measures are we taking to make sure that it's effective?
right, exactly.
Make sure that we're heard. And I don't know. I feel like chaos is not the solution.
No, because it's gonna be just a whole lot of dead bodies on the street. And me and Cleone was talking about that, and I said, I'm also righteous, right? And
Mm,
I do want to speak out, and I am a rebel, but how do we do it differently than the prior years?
yeah.
How can we be heard without being hurt, right?
Mm,
How can we be heard
yeah.
forcefully or logically without being belittled and out without being disrespected? And me and her was like, oh, you can't, you know? She's
Mm,
like, oh, we basically can't. We have to basically stay within our community and make it better. And I said, well, that's not working. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, I want to go and be Malcolm X. But then again, no, maybe I should be Martin. But then again, both of them died at the hands of the government. So I mean, what is it? It's racism isn't going anywhere.
Right.
It's not. So, and I had a conversation maybe 3 years ago at Farai's party with a Caucasian couple, and they
Mm.
thought that racism could be cured. And I
Also,
said, "Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how many years racism has been embedded into our political, economic, and corporate financial systems as well as our caste system?"
mm,
So I'm not sure. Like who's gonna cure it? Us or them? You guys
right,
or black people? White
right.
or black people? Who's gonna fucking cure it? Don't and get out of here. You just want to puff on my blizzy. No. We gotta argue behind that. I'm like, y'all wrong. You think about it because you don't experience it. You're on the upside of
Mm,
things, right? You think it can be cured because you're on the upside, but we're in the underbelly of this fight. And if it can't be cured in 100,000 years, the hell.
right. Wow.
But we
We
gonna
have to inform our kids. We have to educate
yes.
our kids on
I don't.
younger
This is one of the
generation.
reasons I don't have. This is one of the reasons I do not have children, Sarah.
Wow.
Besides between my mom not being what I needed her to be,
Mm,
and me at a point living in poverty. I'm not married. I'm not financially secure. No, I'm not gonna bring a child into something uncertain.
right.
That's what I've known since I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I want to be totally ready as a black, strong, successful woman before I can push my morals on an innocent child. So, and I don't have a problem with that. If I don't have children, that's fine. If I do, that's fine too. But it's so many other things to think about. And you can say protect and this and that. When they
Mm,
leave outside the door,
different mindset.
it's a different mindset. The guy next door is probably humping, doing all of these things that we all experienced.
Right.
Even though you teach a child right from wrong and what's better and what's worse, I don't know. I don't know. I rather just live this one out for myself, you know, take all I'm getting from this life and maybe in the next I'll have one because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Because you have to trust that, that
Yeah.
you can be the light, that you can be the salt and light in the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even if things don't change right now, you taking that step, you taking the initiative to want change and to, exude that change, that love,
Yeah. Yeah.
into the universe and just trust in that changes are being made, change is taking its course.
Place. Yeah. Even though we don't see it.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. And there are heroes out there that we can't see that will be
Right.
coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to continue to love and inspire and talk and build myself and others
Mm.
and my family and my man and everybody that I love
Okay.
and that's it. And that's
Yeah.
and that's and that and that's what that's going to free us from everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about our conversation? Do you want to add anything else?
Um, you kind of caught me off guard.
I know.
I was asking these questions. Yay!
Yes, I
But
know. You're like, wait a minute.
yes, but I'm glad I was able to converse with you and have this conversation because, like, sometimes you're in your thoughts and everything's in your mind built up. Now you're just trying to take everything one step at a time,
Yeah, yeah,
and sometimes you don't address issues that you're withholding
right.
internally. So I think the importance of speaking and addressing these issues,
Yeah,
um, and coming up with ways to make that change and be that change.
right,
Um,
right.
in the same time, trying to balance out loving yourself and just holding on.
Yeah,
For one thing, I can say is that we are warriors, that we
yeah,
are queens for the most
yeah,
part. we are queens. We need to continue to love on each other, love on our men, love on those around us, everyone. You
Yeah,
know,
everyone. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
not necessarily for a specific, group.
Right.
Um, and just trust that everything will be alright.
Yeah.
Don't live in fear. I know
Right.
some things have been done. There are moments where you have to check yourself because you might slip up,
Right.
but you can't live in fear.
No, I don't live in fear, which is a blessing.
Mm,
You know, I feel that I've been through my fair share of trials and tribulations. And even right now, even though we're going through something worldly, I feel that we are just so blessed. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
So I love that part of my life right now. I'm not so worried, you know.
Right.
I'm a singular person, so it's not like, a bombardation of everybody else's issues. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I feel pretty blessed about, who I cultivated myself to be in my relationships, because you
Mm,
have to, you could know somebody, you could know somebody, but just being somebody's friend and knowing that you will be there for somebody and showing them that
right.
is everything. Just like you said, you never know what people need and what they're going through. So you gotta love them. You got to love them. I love love.
Mm,
I don't think there's any other way.
it's-
I've never even been malicious to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Nah, gotta. That's how your face stay clear and you ain't got no nothing. You
Well,
start messing. You start messing people over. You gonna be like, you know,
If you want to
like,
mind your
yeah,
business, you know what I'm saying? Walk with
exactly.
purpose.
Like,
Hello. I don't have to
mhm.
stay away from trauma.
Listen. I gosh, trauma, trauma. Yeah. I mean, it could always be worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm happy that everything's cool. I'm not hoarding anything in my heart and my loins.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't think, nobody hates me right now. I think I owe a couple people money, but that's all that's not that.
But we
That's
won't speak
neither
on
here
that.
nor there. But yeah,
Right.
other than that, I feel so good. I feel good. I think we all gonna come out of this so much,
Stronger than ever.
yeah, so much more appreciative of what we
Yeah.
have and
Hmm.
how we enjoy it. You know, the
Right.
train, not just the train. To drink a latte is not just a latte. What if you didn't have
Right.
money for the latte? How did you make the money for the latte?
Right.
Did you do something you wanted? All of these things.
Right. Be mindful.
So
Right.
yeah. So what's today? Wednesday. How are you going to spend the rest of your day? What are you doing the rest of the week? What are you doing the rest of the weekend besides studying?
I'm studying.
Yes.
Studying.
Yes.
And probably working out. Um,
Yeah. Mm. Uh-oh, that's our buzzer. That's our timer,
oh,
huh?
that is.
That
That
was
is.
right on time. Um,
But
well, I
yeah,
just wanna say I love you.
I love you.
I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you when this stuff is over. I'm so proud that you just are just so strong and fulfilling your dreams, both internally and externally. You know,
Mm.
so always remember to dig deep, baby, and I'm here for you.
Man,
You can call me anytime, okay? I am
I
here.
can't be
If
bothering
you
you after this, but hey,
listen, if you need to talk, I'm here. And yeah, stay on your shit, baby. Stay on it.
thank you.
You're
You as well,
welcome.
T.
You
You
so
as well.
much.
Love you so
Mwah.
much, sister. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.